Good morning. Today is the 10th of November 2022. So, yesterday I finished watching All Quiet on the Western Front, the latest adaptation of the book. I don't know, I think it's been numerous movies, maybe even a miniseries here and there. I'm not sure, but I will say this. I would have pushed myself to see it at a theater. It would have been a rough journey just to get there, to go sit through a longer movie, about what, 2.5 hours, close to 20 minutes long. Excellent movie. I really enjoyed it. The triumph of the human will, or not so much a triumph if you know the storyline. That said, it got me thinking about a movie I'd seen earlier in the year, The Norseman. Both of them are war stories. Both of them are delving into the human condition, adverse or standing up to adversity, coping with life. It speaks to me on a personal level. That's what I'm going through. Thank God it's not the war stuff, but prevailing or getting through life and adapting and taking whatever hits you and making the best of it. That said, one thing that really surprised me about All Quiet on the Western Front, and by extension, The Northman, was a simple phrase: toxic masculinity. Whatever. I get what that term implies. I don't necessarily see it as being applicable. That said, people have their opinions. This is just my opinion. But why was the Norseman considered toxically masculine when everything that I've seen, heard reviews of All Quiet, not so much? As a matter of fact, it's gotten, actually, they both got sort of pretty good reviews. Although The Norseman, apparently, if you like it, you're fascist adjacent. I get what that term means. I don't understand why someone would throw that out there or accuse anyone of being fascist adjacent. Oh my God, okay. Does that make me fascist adjacent? I don't think I am. In fact, I know I'm not. But apparently, if you like this movie, The Northman, you are. But apparently, if you liked All Quiet, not so much. Both of them are war stories. Both of them are a character study on the life of someone who has gone through a very traumatic experience, war, and how they got through it. Um, Both of them, and this is why I don't understand how, if one is toxically masculine, why the other isn't. Both of them were depictions of society for the time that the period was looking into. One was what, 5th, 6th century? The other one was 20th century. Both of them were in societies that were, for lack of a better word, closed in, if you follow, in the sense of Scandinavians were depicted as Scandinavians, Germans were depicted as Germans. Um, Both films did not do a gender swap for characters. Both films did not do racial swaps for characters. They depicted, for the time that they were depicting on screen, what society looked like at the time. 6th century Europe, Scandinavia in particular, did not have a lot of diversity. I mean, it just didn't. Um, it is what it is. There was some diversity maybe in the 20th century, but not so much as I think honestly depicted. I wasn't there. All I know is I'm an amateur historian. I know what I know. And I just have not seen. Yes, the French had the Algerian component, although they were segregated from their the army. There was a separate branch for them, that kind of thing. So yes, there was a little bit of integration on the Allied side, I think. Again, I haven't really delved too much into it, but I think mostly they depicted society at the time, to me, fairly well. Obviously, if you're making a current movie about the social fabric, the social makeup of current society, Europe, North America, I, I don't know that much about the Orient. You're not going to, you will have more diversity. Absolutely, you will. But for the periods that they're exploring, you don't. Um, and I'm kind of surprised that they made All Quiet on the Western Front without having gender swap. I don't know. I mean, I've seen a recent movie where they were depicting historical characters as racial swaps. It's like, really? Like, I don't know. There are actual pictures of Anne Boleyn. She was not, her descendants were not African. They did not come from the subcontinent. They were an English family. They were sorry, but they were white. So seeing Anne Boleyn, I actually have not seen that movie. I'm not interested in seeing that movie because it's jarring. It's like, okay, like, sure, make the movie. I actually don't care. But as a fan of the historical genre in movies, as you just heard, I'm not going to watch it. It's too unreal. I did see the Tudors, and they didn't do any swapping. That said, I did see the Spanish Princess, just for an example, and where they had characters from, they had African characters, but it made sense. That was the makeup of their society, and they were depicted in their role at said society. Fine. So, I mean, there is a way to do it without being toxically masculine, I guess. Final point. In both of these movies dealing with mankind's brutality to mankind, how is, if I remember the Norseman, it depicted a man and his family and society in a village that were attacked by other men who were the warriors. Now, is it toxically masculine that the character in the movie was captured, enslaved, because that was the norms for said military adventures? Was he a beta man and he was attacked by alpha men? I don't think so. This man, who was attacked by overwhelming odds, a blitzkrieg, if you will, could not withstand the assault. And now he was, instead of being killed, he was enslaved. He's still masculine. He's still a man. He is now a subjugated man. Is it toxically masculine? I don't know. From my point of view, Queen Elizabeth I, she took on the Spanish Armada. She was a female. She was being attacked with an invasion from Spain. And she set up, including even talking to the troops, but she set up a counterbalance to the assault. Was she masculine? Feminine? I don't know. She was a woman in power, and she withstood an assault on her country. I'm not sure that it was masculine or feminine. She certainly was feminine, but her actions were not, in my opinion, masculine. They were normal. Either you stand up to aggression, or you're subjected by said aggression. Simple as that. Masculine, feminine, I'm not sure. Anyways, that's what's going on behind the badge today. I just found it fascinating that in the span of 9 months, from the Norseman to All Quiet, this criticism of toxic masculinity is not attached to All Quiet. It was attached to the Norseman, but they're actually, in my opinion, depicting the same kind of event, wartime, and the ramifications and the how war is. Anyways, that is my spiel from Behind the Patch today. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day.